and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brennan.
I am Lena.
And I'm Will.
And today, Today has been a day. I'm trying to tell you, today has been a day. But today, you know what? We're gonna be covering some fun stuff today. Now, for those of you who do not know, so the basis of our podcast, we talk about Power Rangers, and we talk about what's happening in the actual, the world of Power Rangers, as far as like the production side and all of that stuff, and what's happening behind the scenes and the stuff that we find out on, as they let the people know we talk about it. Yeah.
As they get released, the news, all that jazz. Of course,
all that jazz.
We do episode reviews, of course, that's
right.
part of
we do all of that.
Right.
But we also cover what the actors do outside of Power Rangers. So
on outside of Power Rangers, before and after they hang up the helmet for good or not. Either or, everything.
Exactly. We talk about all that stuff, right? So, listen, if you want to just listen to half of the show, just to listen to the Power Ranger stuff, you can. If you want to listen to what we also talk about when we talk about when we talk about what they do after Power Rangers, you can. Actually, I prefer that you do, because you might actually like it. But whatever.
I think you will like it, because personally, I think we're freaking hilarious when we're talking about non-thing Power Rangers, because we're not PG. We let it all out. We our thoughts, like I'm just saying, like our real true thoughts. And you know what? At the end of the day, why the heck not listen to our stupidity? You already are, so continue.
Okay, period. I mean, listen, and we don't keep you long. We really don't. I mean, there are some podcasts out here that are like 2 hours and 3 hours long.
4 hours.
What I'm saying?
I mean,
4 hours.
I mean, we're guilty of doing that before.
You shut up. We've only done that on like 1 or 2 occasions. Let's not do that. It is not a constant for us.
It's not. We do try to keep our podcast under 2 hours. Don't worry, we do. But however, if you do want to hear more of us, let us know in the comments as well too. I mean, we can give you a 3-hour show if you want, but 2 hours is
girl. I can't talk for no 3 hours.
I mean,
because girl, after a while, I'm getting tired.
I mean, girl, he be lying, okay? We be talking a whole hour before we start recording, a whole hour after we finish recording. He be lying, okay? Don't listen to him. We can
listen, girl. First of all, it takes a lot to come up with these jokes. I be sitting here like going through the Rolodex, like, ooh, what joke will fit today? Kind of situation, but.
And those segues, he needs to be working on those segues.
Okay, listen, like my segues have to be on point, honey. But speaking of segues, we're going to be covering before we get into the show. First of all, I just want to say, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us 5 stars. That'll help us out a lot. Yeah. Also, too, if you're listening on YouTube, please leave a comment. Let us know. I mean, because first of all, what y'all did not know is that we're going to start reading these comments on the air. So if you want to have your comment read or anything like that, please be sure to go ahead and leave us a comment. Don't be dumb now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be saying some off the wall stuff and think, they gonna read this on the air, because we're not. And also we might end up going ahead and just deleting and blocking you. So I mean, don't be stupid.
We'll see how funny and dumb it is. If it's funny enough, we'll tear you apart live. A session of roasting for anybody. I mean, if you're gonna leave something dumb, you're asking for it. I'm just saying.
I mean, yes, that is normally the idea. Exactly. When people do that. That is. They're looking for attention.
Brennan can roast. You not want to be roasted by Brennan, but if you want to, definitely be our guest. I'm here.
I mean,
I got my popcorn ready. Let's do this.
Listen, I don't just be sitting here just thinking about just roasting people, but if you want to try me, then how bad I can roast you, I can roast you. Like, ain't no thing. You know what I'm saying? But no, this is not what we're trying to do. We really do want to hear from you all. And, we really do want to, read your comments on the air, because I feel like that's like, we feel like that's like a way of just like saying thank you in a sense. And, we do want to talk about what you have to say.
And you know what? Like, we love it when you guys interact with us. We love interaction. We love interacting back with you guys. So it's great. And it's kind of cool to hear what people are thinking, what they like, what they don't like, I mean, if you don't like something, I got no comments. I mean, I think we're pretty amazing. So if you don't like something, keep it to yourself.
No, do not keep it to yourself. Like, if you don't like it, just let us know and we'll talk about it. Like, we'll talk about it on the show. If we agree, if we disagree, or have a conversation about it. That's all.
Absolutely. Safe space.
So
open space.
Exactly. It's a very safe space. Like, it's very safe. Like I said, like, it's one of those situations where it's like, if you do have something that you want to talk about or anything like that, please let us know, and we'll be more than glad to cover it. And have a conversation about it.
Absolutely.
But the first comment that I have was the most recent comment on our most recent episode where we covered Love and Monsters. And it was left by Derek Hervey. Please, I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. That is not the intention. But I think I have it right. So he says, Japan knows how to make the most unique entertainment in their pop culture media. I would not be surprised if Toei bothered some inspiration from the Giga Project production Sentai Suits for next year's actual official 2022 Super Sentai. Your team should check out China's take on Super Sentai, not a porn parody, which over there, they make a short inspired franchise known as Battle Strike Team Series. The series are Giant Saver, Space Deleter, and Rescue Engine. Great show. 2 thumbs up. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so freaking much. Like that. First of all, you have no idea how much we appreciate that.
Right? If only you can see my smile right now. Like, it is the Joker smile, ear to ear. Not as creepy, but
I mean, when I first read this, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had the Grinch smile when he was about to do something devious and like that, the smile that curled up on the ends or whatever, and like it reached all the way up to his eyelids. Like, yes, that smile. I was like, oh my god, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
But I've out of the 3 of us, I actually did watch the Battle Strike Team Series. And I loved it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am very impressed with what they do. I sent Lena and Will pictures of the strike team and told them that's also on YouTube, so they can watch it as well if they want.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it from what I sent you?
The names, I'm not feeling the names. Maybe that's just the translation, but not feeling the names. But however, the suits, the robots. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, just wow. The second picture that you sent me is very like Times Force-ish for me. Very Time Force-ish. It's the
yes.
it's the way they position their watch and everything, and it kind of looks Time Force-y, Oh my god, their Megazord is just like amazing. Like, how do we not have this in America? Like, why is our American swords / Sentai sword very meh?
You know what? It's so funny you say that, because like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. One of the best things about the Battle Strike Team series, one of the best things about it for me is the mecha battles. And y'all know how much I hate mecha battles. Like, I despise them. Same. But right. But it's something about the way they do it. I don't know, maybe it's like the camera work or just how fluid they make their people, their stunt actors in the suits, move, but they don't feel robotic,
Wow.
and
Okay.
yeah, like they move pretty fluid, and like even the way they combine the mecha and all that stuff is actually really interesting to look at. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, the actual choreography, the fight choreography, it needs a little work. It needs a little work. But for the most part, it's not bad. It's really not. It's not bad. I would
Okay.
probably say give it a shot. My main thing though, I'm not gonna lie to you, the subtitles on YouTube, because there are no subtitles, YouTube has their own little closed captioning, and it is terrible.
I
Oh,
imagine.
It is
oh. So,
terrible.
question for you, Duncan. Question for you. So, what is like the storyline for all three typically? I mean, aside from the fact that obviously evil versus good, mega ship battles, aside from that, like what is unique about each of these seasons that should give us a little more like, ooh, we should definitely
Sure.
watch this.
So basically they're very they're almost kind of like separate in their own worlds, kind of like how with Power Rangers is in a way. So they all tell their own separate stories. I don't think
Okay.
any of them like interconnect like that. I don't think. I mean, if somebody wants to correct me, you more than certainly can, because I don't know the lore like that. And it's been years since I've seen them. But basically, what it is it's like, I know with the first story, they're all basically kind of like based in like Chinese culture, like Chinese
Wow. Okay.
Chinese oh my gosh, like they're animals, like the specific kind of
Oh,
animals,
like the lion, the snakes, and all that stuff,
right?
or
Exactly.
okay, the dragon
Exactly.
too. Okay.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
And they're also talking about the elements that are connected to them as well. So like,
Wow.
so
So
it's
like water, fire, earth, that kind of stuff, or
right. Exactly.
wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, like, and that's the first season, and I want to say they're working for like this organization, this secret organization, and it starts out with three of them. It's red, blue, and green. Blue is the girl.
Okay. Oh,
And
nice.
then
Okay.
yeah, and
Blue
it's
looks like Tori. Did you
yeah, her
see it?
suit, her suit color.
Yeah, and red looks like Shane.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yep. It's very interesting. And like, I want to say that yeah, blue is the girl, green, and then red. And like, I think blue's animal is like a shark or some kind of fish. Red is like the gorilla. Green is like a ram.
Okay.
And then like it's those three for like a long time. Like it's like, I want to say like 12, 13 episodes of just those three. And
Wow.
then
How many episodes are there in each season?
I want to say they're like 50
What?
Yeah, so
or something like that.
Stand by
Yeah,
Holy,
yeah.
holy.
I want to say like 50, something like that. And then I want to say after that, then I want to say he's gray. I'm not sure if he's gray or silver, but him and then the yellow one, they make their appearance, and yellow's a girl. So they
Okay.
make their appearance, and then the last one is the black purple dude. I don't know whether he goes by purple or black. I don't know. But then he comes at the very end, and he's kind of like the anti-hero who kind of likes just whip both of their asses at the same time, the bad guys and the good guys.
like
And then
Eric for a little while.
right, exactly. Like he's like him or whatever. And then they basically, and I do kind of like their CGI a little bit better than Power Rangers too. That I do feel like theirs is a little bit better. And then the second season is like it's, I'm not sure if there's, the second season deals with, it kind of feels like Mega Ranger, if you know anything about the Sentai from Power Rangers in Space. Because Mega Ranger was kind of like a video game plot, but then they kind of dropped the video game aspect of it. Here they did the exact same thing. So I'm not sure if they were copying Mega Ranger verbatim on purpose. I don't know. But they also dropped the video game aspect of it. Because like when they morph like a video game, because it's like you'll see like the CGI thing says loading, and they're like loading, play, and that's how they morph. So I'm like, I don't know if their thing is a video game motif or not. I don't know. But once again, like I said, I can't read or speak that language. So I'm like, I don't really understand what they're saying. So I'm like, whatever. But I did watch it for the choreography. And yeah, like that one is mainly more space. Their swords are mainly more so like space voyage machines. And it starts out with red, blue, and pink, and then green and yellow joins, and then lastly black and orange, which I'm like, I don't know what he goes by, black or orange. Also, also their powers are more spaces, so planetary. So like red is Mars, blue is Mercury, Venus is pink, gold is oh my god, gold is, I want to say gold is Saturn and green is Jupiter. And then the last guy, he's both Uranus and Neptune, I want to say. So that's the second one. And the third one, they're kind of like a rescue team. And basically they're split into like different teams. So red and pink are together. Black and yellow are together, and blue is by himself. That's why you see like the three different mecha in the picture. Because it's like three different teams. And they just kind of like do they'll come together on missions for the most part, but mainly for the most part, you'll just see black, yellow, red, and pink. For the most part, they fight together. And then blue, because blue is kind of like their smart guy who kind of sits behind the computer. And then he'll come and he'll help out when they really need him the most. So, and that's why blue also has his own separate mecha, while everybody else has to combine. So yeah, like that's pretty much what it is. And I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool. I actually enjoyed it.
Okay. I think I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I think like if you can get past like mostly what I did, I'm not gonna lie to you, mostly what I did was I just fast forward to like the fight scenes. Because like I said, the story plots, I'm like, I don't speak the language, so I have no idea what's happening. So I'm just like, Meh. But the action stuff is pretty cool. So definitely check it out.
So question, as far as who produces it, like how do they like get away with doing something so close to Sentai in another country? Because I know that they do in Korea they did a version, I believe it was in Korea, they did a version of the Dino Charge season, which wasn't Sentai because it was in Korea. But like, how do they basically do the same thing, but they're not like with Toei?
To be honest, I don't think that as long as you don't do, because like with the whole Korea thing, like Korea also does their own thing when they where they'll license actual Power Rangers or Super Sentai, that they'll actually license it. So what happens is they like they get the license from it, and then they can just like either redub it in Korean, or they can just kind of just like do their own thing, like how they did with Dino Force Brave, where they kind of like refilmed it and all of that, but they had permission from Toei to do it. Whereas with the Battle Strike team, it's their own thing. So they're not actually saying, oh, this is a Sentai, or produced by Toei. They're just like, oh, this is our own thing.
Okay, so you can have the same concept, but it's totally original, so they can just do it like that. And as long as they're not using the name, I guess it's fine.
Exactly. Like as long as they're not using the name of like, Squadron Sentai, whatever, whatever team, as long as they're not doing that, they're fine.
Okay.
So yeah, like, and to be truthfully honest, like I said, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting little concept, and I'm like, my thing is, it's like, how are your designs rivaling, Sentai's designs? Like, I mean, it's like their suits designs and their mecha designs are gorgeous. I'm just like, Sentai, step your game up. Like, y'all look basic. Like, step it up.
Japanese needs to pick up their suit designs because, like, what is
Yes.
happening? Like, oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes. Like, I mean, it's just like, I do kind of feel like, for the most part, it's one of those things where it's like they've gotten comfortable. This is like, the children. This is for the children. Yeah, we've been doing this for over about 40 years now. Like, who cares? Like, I don't know.
If they want to,
and I mean, it almost kind of shows.
Money, they should definitely, increase their. I don't know, do something
innovate
different.
more.
Yeah, there you go. That was the word I'm looking for.
Right. I mean, I agree 100%. Like, they should definitely. Sentai over the years, and we mentioned this, in a previous episode, but throughout each year, they're going down more and more. Like, they're not getting any better. Like, they're actually getting worse in sales. I've said this before, and I know people will not agree with me when I say this, but Kamen Rider had major success with doing this. I think, personally, they should just take some time off, a year or two, something, sit down, revamp the entire franchise, and come back bigger and better. Because as of right now, if they keep pounding out these lame seasons, because it's predictable at this point. We know exactly what's going to happen. The first act is, we're introducing the team. So we have all these little one-off episodes and, not really telling anything about a story. Second act, we introduced the Sixth Ranger. Third act, that's when, shit hits the fan. All of a sudden, things start changing. And then that's when we start getting actual story. So we already went through 2 acts of just miscellaneous dumbass episodes. Then finally, the third act is when we get actual storyline. Then the fourth act is when, the villains are like, we're about to do our dastardly master plan. And then that's when we go from, the bad guys are about to win. And then the Rangers end up, having their little rising action, the falling action, the climax, and then boom, the end. You know what I'm saying? It's predictable.
That sounds like Power Rangers right now.
There you go. It's very predictable. It is what happened. And the thing is, Super Sentai, in a way, it's like they've been doing that exact formula for so long, to the point where I can literally watch the first episode of a season, the first couple episodes of a season, and automatically know exactly what's going to happen for the rest of the entire show. Like, it's literally that predictable now. And it's like, what's the point of watching this anymore? Like, if you're going to be selling toys, because literally Power Rangers and Super Sentai is nothing but a 20-minute toy commercial. If you're going to be selling toys, make the 20-minute commercial interesting. Do something that's like, oh snap, I wasn't expecting that. Do that. Because that's the thing that's going to sell the toy. Not, quirky guy, quirky leader. Quirky leader does something stupid. Oh boy, the rest of the team has to help him. They have to help solve the problem. Like, it's very nothing. Listen, I don't have an issue with the formula itself. The issue that I have is that there's no good story tied to the formula. And Kamen Rider, to be truthfully honest, Kamen Rider is Super Sentai's brother or sister season. Like, it's their brother sister show. So, it's one of those shows where it's like Kamen Rider sat back. They were like, hey, something's not working. let's revamp this. They came back and it's been pretty good since they came back. Now, granted, yes, have they had some terrible seasons? Absolutely. But it's not terrible. You know what I'm saying? And so that leads me to the whole point of this conversation. So basically, Toei's producer, Shinichiro Shitakura and Naomi Takebi, basically we're talking about having a Zenkaiger spinoff with Zenkai Red. So here's a little bit of information about that. Now, mind you, this is coming from a translation. So some of the English will not make sense, but I'm going to try to make it make sense, okay? All right. So according to Shitakura, Kamen Rider and Super Sentai are the brothers program. They are the same at once different. The process of making and receiving is very different. Kamen Rider from year to year brings something new, while Super Sentai doesn't change much over the year, for better or worse. Shitakura wants to create a show filled with intervention and ingenuity that may change the perception that Super Sentai is an event that doesn't need to watch. While Super Sentai doesn't change much every year, for better or for worse, Shitakura wants to create a show filled with intervention and ingenuity that may change the perception of Super Sentai. Pause. Okay. I'm telling you, reading from a translation. Oh boy. All right. Takebi revealed that Zenkaiser was originally planned in red, but Junko's writer Komura is confused because there already is a Jiran whose color is red. Jiran at one time was to be green, but when he became Zenkai O, Juda Gaon, the color combi became strange because the center of Zenkaiger is not red. So they made the Zenkaiger spinoff. So they made the Zenkaiger spinoff. If not done something new, if we hadn't done something new, Sentai would die, Shitakura said. So regarding Super Sentai, Shitakura wants the young generation staff to create a new series and not follow the old. I had to basically kind of make that up because, like I said, it was all over the place. But yeah. So, basically in this article, basically what they're saying is they know that the formula is not good. And that Kamen Rider is doing way better than Super Sentai because they need to change, the status quo. Like, what do you guys think? Thoughts on, what I read? What do you think?
Well, that's good to know that they know that things aren't working anymore. They're being honest about it. I've heard you say before that Kamen Rider has been, at least as far as quality wise, it's been better than Sentai in recent years. I know over here, like, I wonder why they haven't gone with, since Kamen Rider is a success over in Japan. I wonder why they haven't tried it again over here. I know the last one that they did was a Dragon Knight in 2009, but that
Kamen Rider, Dragon Knight.
that
Together
only
we will fight the fight. So let's ride.
So that one, that's all right. So that one only, it didn't do so well, but I don't know. I wonder why they don't try it here. But at least over there, they're cognizant of an issue and they're willing to fix it. Hopefully they figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those situations where it's just like, all right, like, we're seeing that the coins are, no longer coming in the way they used to,
Mm-hmm.
And it could be the fault of the actual story. So let's try to fix it, and, I'm 100% with, trying to fix things. Like I said, my only issue is, okay, yeah, you can try to fix it, but also I do feel like because they consistently keep steamrolling shows over and over and over and over, because literally when they get towards like the really technically the fourth act, really, like towards the end of the third act, fourth act, they're already starting to create the brand new Sentai for the following year. Starting to get that stuff together, getting ready to film. And it's like, and I'm pretty sure they already have their ideas of what they're going to do and all this stuff long before that. Like, hell, they may be even planning Sentai 2022 right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, all right, y'all, I understand y'all trying to do this while film and air Zenkaiger right now. But if you actually just sat down and just took the time to say, hey, how can we make this show better? How can we actually make this show be something that not only kids and their parents would enjoy, but also, push the toys, sell the garment. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we make this? How can we revamp? How can we reinvent the wheel? How can we reinvent the wheel? And it's just one of those things where I just feel like it just they really need to sit down and put some thought into it, because I mean, it worked for Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider has been doing fabulous since they left and came back. Like, Kamen Rider's been fabulous. Like I said, have they had their dips? Yes. I mean, hello, Kamen Rider Wizard. But I mean, for the Kamen Rider watchers out there, I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna drag me. But I mean, for the most part, like, I mean, everybody has their vices, but for the most part, Kamen Rider always pretty much stay consistent. Super Sentai is one of the only, is the one that just keeps fluctuating and just doesn't always do so hot. And they haven't been doing so hot for like the past couple years. So it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, y'all, I think we just need to just sit down and chill for a second, get it together, and maybe we can come back stronger than before. Go Zio. And kind of go from there.
And they don't have so much of the pressure from America to have something ready for America to adapt into Power Rangers right now. So they could, like you said, maybe take a year off to help develop things with story and direction.
I agree 100%. I mean, that would, it does take the ease off, and they may be actually creating shows like Zenkaiger on purpose because they know that, because Zenkaiger, I mean, I've seen fans on Twitter and on Facebook, in groups being like, oh my God, they totally need to adapt Zenkaiger. No, though, fuck they don't. No, they don't. Zenkaiger, no, it's a no. It's a no. It's a no for me. I'm sorry. No, they don't need to they don't need to do Zenkaiger. And I'm pretty sure that the producers are probably thinking the same thing. The producers are probably thinking like, yeah, we're not. Just like they're not going to do TotG, just like they're not going to do any of those other seasons that fans love. That's just, it is what it is. It's not always about the story. It's also about the look and how they can market it, and I think that fans need to recognize that, just because you like it, and you felt like, oh, this show was amazing and I loved it. I love the storyline. That doesn't always mean that it's marketable. And it doesn't always mean that, we can get it over here and sell it, because I mean, really, in actuality, at the end of the day, it's about money. It's always going to be about money. And what sells and what doesn't. And I think they pretty much have an idea of what sells over here and what doesn't sell so much, if you watch the Toys That Made Us, you'll learn a lot more about it. Moving right along.
Yeah, that's a very interesting episode. Definitely. The Toys That Make Us. The tea that comes from that.
Yeah.
The tea.
Yeah. Like, you'll learn a whole lot about the process and how, they may go into, how profitable, and how important it is to learn and to know what sells over here. Because, a lot of fans loved Lightspeed Rescue. Lightspeed Rescue did not do so hot because Cars. Ugh. Fans don't like cars, apparently. Like, children don't like buying cars, but they will buy the hell out of a dinosaur. So, you know, you got to know what sells, people. You got to know what sells. Speaking of Power Rangers and selling, Power Rangers on Netflix, y'all. Power Rangers on Netflix. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead. Story time, right? I'm sitting here minding my business, and I'm never minding my business. But anyway, I'm minding my business.
Do want to call you out on that, but
I mean, I felt it. I felt somebody was gonna call me out, so I was like, let me just call myself out. I'm sitting here, just cruising the interwebs. You know what I'm saying? And I look on I see a little post from Power Rangers on Instagram, right? And they're sitting here like, Power Rangers, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna read the post. They're coming. Episodes 1 through 11, hashtag Power Rangers, Dino Fury are hitting Netflix. Catch the Ranger Team stream in the US, UK, ANZ, and Canada on June 15th. Gotta see it. It's coming. No, they didn't say that. But yo, like, I saw that and I was like, no, they're not gonna do this. They're not gonna do this, because normally how it goes is they'll put the first couple episodes that aired on Nick onto Netflix, right? No. They're actually putting 3 additional episodes on Netflix. So they're literally putting half the season on airing it, putting it on Netflix to stream. So we're actually going to be getting 3 brand new episodes.
What? That's actually really exciting. And it's okay. So I just want to say something. I've seen a lot of comments lately where people are like, well, why are they going to take it off to put it back on? Well, for starter, they didn't actually take off all of Power Rangers. They still left Ninja Steel, the original Mighty Morphin, season 1. And what else did they leave behind?
Some of the
they left season 1,
movies,
season
right?
2, and season 3.
Yeah, they put 2 and 3 back.
No, they didn't have none of the movies on there.
No.
Yeah, they did put 2 and 3 back.
No, not movies.
Okay,
not
they put
movies
it back?
per se. Like the specials. Oh my
Christmas
goodness, oh my
special,
goodness.
Halloween special.
Yeah, aren't those like not with the seasons? They're just like
On his
their
own.
own separate thing.
They are their own separate things. I'm not sure if they're on there, but like essentially, what I'm trying to get at is not all Power Rangers has been removed from Netflix. Just an FYI. So
Right.
It's about that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been seeing a lot of comments like that, and I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Not all Power Rangers series have been taken off. Just the ones that didn't do so well.
Well, not even that. It's just the most recent 2 seasons. So Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, and then the most popular
Exactly.
Mighty Morphin. So thankfully they re-added the seasons 2 and 3.
Okay,
they did
right, because at one point, 2 and 3 was gone.
Yeah, did they add back Alien Rangers or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Which like that part is like, so you can't really finish season 3 in full, but
right.
Bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, especially the gentlemen out there, to be clear, Power Rangers have not been completely removed from Netflix.
And also, can I just touch on this like real fast? Because like I really wanna, and I really want to say this, and I know people are gonna disagree. I know people are gonna disagree with this, but here's the thing, right? And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, but I see a lot of times. I normally am that guy, unfortunately. But here's the thing: it's like I understand that, for the most part, fans are gonna, fans are like, I didn't get to see that season, or I didn't, I would like to see a certain season, blah, blah, blah. I get all of that and I hear you. I'm not necessarily talking to y'all because I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes it was very easy for me to get on Netflix and just be like, let me look at Zio. You know what I'm saying? Like while I'm eating dinner, you know what I'm saying? Or, I want to eat a snack and I want to just randomly just look at Power Rangers RPM or something. You know what I'm saying? Just something random. So that convenience of it is gone. And I think that a lot of people are upset about the fact that the convenience of it is no longer there. But I feel like they frame it in the tone of, I did not get to see certain season. Here's my issue with that. If you did not get to see a certain season, I do not feel bad for you. I'm just going to point out, just flat out, just say it. I don't feel bad for you because the show has been on Netflix for a long time. It's been just sitting there. And don't get me wrong, I literally sat there with VR Troopers. And mind you, I watched VR Troopers back when, it first aired. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I did not remember jack shit about VR Troopers. And yes, I was excited to see. Okay. All I remember was Trooper Transform, and that was it. I didn't remember nothing about that show. And I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw it, I was like, I'll watch it at one point. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really all like, yeah, like I wasn't like, oh, I'm hurting and watch it. My thing was, I was watching it at my own convenience. So I would watch, maybe an episode or here, two, here or there, or whatever. And I eventually finished it. But it wasn't something where I was like, oh man, like I waited until the month that they said they're going to try to, that they're going to go ahead and take it off of Netflix to decide, oh my God, I'm going to go watch this show. Like it was sitting there the entire time and I watched it at my leisure.
That's what I did. I totally did that. So
and
I'm
I mean,
SOL
and if
for
you,
now.
and listen, if you decided at the last minute when they were like that last month, go ahead and watch it, cool. At least you did that. But there are still people who literally sat there even when the month was coming, when they said, hey, this show is being taken off in a month. There's still people who just sat there and complained instead of actually watching the show on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if you did not see Mystic Force, go watch it before they take it off. I don't understand why all of a sudden you're sitting here complaining, and it just feels like you're complaining to complain at this point. Because, sweetheart, you had ample time to watch this show. You had time. So I just don't. At some point, I'm just like, you have to be accountable. Yes, exactly. You have to be accountable. And also to recognize that there are many other ways of seeing these shows. Hell, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I went right on Amazon because I was like, look, I love me some Power Rangers Zeo. I got to have Power Rangers Zeo in my life. And I bought it off Amazon. Right off Amazon Prime. I can go on my Prime right now and watch Power Rangers Zeo if I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So there are options. There are ways of seeing these shows. You don't have to just rely on Netflix and be like, oh man, now I can't watch the show because it's not on Netflix anymore. You can watch it if you want to. You can watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. Whatchamacallit, they trying to put it on they slowly uploading episodes on YouTube. Now, granted, they only, doing certain seasons, but at least it's on YouTube.
Slowly doing it. They're slowly doing all this.
Right. Like they're slowly uploading the show. So it's like, if you want to see certain seasons, now granted, they might not upload the season that you want to see, but at least they're giving us something. Now, granted, like I said, like maybe they shouldn't have taken it off, and I agree with that. So I'm a hold space. They may not be uploading the season that you want to see, but for the most part, they're still giving us something. Granted, they might be upset. You might be upset that they're not uploading your season, your favorite. But, eventually, I'm pretty sure they'll get around to it. And it just kind of feels like at this point, I don't know. It's just kind of like, it just feels like fans are just like, they're finding just anything to complain about. And it's like, I not understand, the idea of, oh, I'm not able to see, I'm not able to see the show, but also do recognize that there are other options. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to say on that. Cause it's just at this point, it's like whenever whenever anything about Netflix pop up, you always have that one select group of people who just won't let it go. Just be like,
no,
they should have never taken it off of Netflix. And it's just like
honestly, guys, do you remember like what's it called? Frozen, that movie and that song, Let It Go?
Yes.
That's what we need to be singing. Let it go. Brennan, can you do us a favor and sing us that song?
Let it go, let it go. Can't have the show anymore. Let it go, let it go.
The vibes. Yes. Yes. Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Let
it go, guys.
Thank you.
Let it go.
I'll be here all night. But no, I'm really happy to I'm excited that we're getting these 3 extra episodes. And I'm pretty sure that Ion is going to be introduced in these episodes. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame. Initially when I saw it didn't hit me that the first half meant we're going to get 3 more episodes, because I think I forgot where we left off at. This is going to have us. We're not going to be ahead of the other markets, right? Because they're going to be airing the second half of the first season, right?
Right. They're just going to shoot all the way through. They're just going to go all the way through.
Well, at least they're giving us this little bit. And they're still, yeah, and there's still no news on when the second half is starting. I'm assuming probably what we've usually been getting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be around your August, September type of foolishness. I mean, they have been doing a little bit better with their promotions. Mm-hmm. So thank God for that. I guess because Power Rangers beat SpongeBob, they're just like, okay, I guess people actually do watch this show. Let's actually promote it a little more. Question mark? I don't know. Maybe they might give us a actual promotion of hey, the show is coming back on such a date. I
mean, listen, guys, we know as much as you guys would know. So when we know, we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
So that's all I got to say on that, because we always get people messaging us, and it's great. It's really great. We wish we knew more and ahead of time, but we don't. So I guess all we can do right now is just wait and see. And once we know, it will be on our Insta. So don't forget to follow to find out.
Amen. So yeah, and Lena is absolutely correct in that. We don't have any background information. We're not, affiliates of Hasbro.
Unfortunately,
I wish we were. Okay, I wish we were.
Hasbro,
because
if you're listening, if you know anybody that's in Hasbro listening, and you want us to give you this information, let them know that you want us to be part of that inside information situation. Let them know. Just put it out there, just put it out there.
Right, because we want to spill the tea like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So give us a little bit of insight. You know what I'm saying? So we can let the people know.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, they're just like, girl, we don't know you. We ain't telling you all our secrets until, we let everybody else know. Shoot. And it's like, all right, Hasbro, goddamn, shit. You ain't got to yell at nobody. But anyway. But no, like I really am excited though. I really am excited about this and us getting 3 new extra episodes. I just hope that one of these episodes actually deal with Ollie.
Right. And his mom. I miss her.
Oh, where is she? Bring her back.
Where is Ollie's fine ass mama? Where is she at?
Bring her back. Like,
bring her back. Bring
Petition
the mama back.
Bring the mamas back. That's all we got to say on that too.
Okay, because I'm telling you, like, one thing Power Rangers do know how to do best. They know how to get the moms up in there. Because when I tell you, like, Commander Shaw, honey, she worked it. She worked us, honey. That walk. Child. Commander Stanton who?
Right.
Okay. Who are these people? Child bye. Child boom. Like, please. Now I'm not gonna say Mason Truman, because we like Mason Truman. So you know, we're not gonna mention Mason Truman. But anybody else, child bye. Okay? Child bye. But anyway. So this concludes all the Power Ranger goody stuff. If you want to stick around and listen, because we're about to talk about a little piece of TV show.
You should stick around and listen, okay? You should, because you might actually like the show. So I'm just saying.
You're right. Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, I agree. I agree 100%. But there are some people who just want to listen to just the Power Ranger stuff, and that's it. And you know what? That is wonderful. That is wonderful. That's wonderful, because at least you listened. So we appreciate it. But if you also want to listen to our talk about the show Panic, that is on Amazon Prime, then do it.
Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. So Panic is a TV series that just got released literally 2 days ago. So May 28th. Today is Sunday 30th, the day we are recording. And it is an Amazon Prime original. So hopefully it's available all across, like North America, because it's available in Canada for me. And I do believe it's available in US for you guys.
Yes.
Perfect. So guys, I strongly suggest you jump into it. We did. We're about to give you a preview of 3 episodes today. Woo!
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And baby, listen, I got some words for this show.
Okay.
Will, I see exactly what you were talking about.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into it.
So let's get into it.
We'll give you the synopsis. Okay. So how we were presented with this show was, it is a TV series that takes place in Carb, Texas. And essentially it's a small town, small town, nowhere to go. I don't know why small town people always feel like they can't get out of nowhere. I don't know. Maybe is it a money situation? It didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like it's a money situation. But anyways, back to synopsis. Sorry. It's a small town place where, the typical, like, all small town has their own secrets, but this small town has a game. It is a game that is run by seniors, and only seniors that graduated are eligible to play. It is run by, I guess, like a bunch of, like, kids, essentially, because when you think about it, like, holy crap, what? No adults essentially, like, should know about it. So it's kind of like Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club, it does not exist. So this game, Panic, does not exist in the adult realm of the world. Some adults are onto them, but hey, you know what? We're getting into that anyways. So it's essentially a series of events that takes place over a series of time. We don't know exactly how long. They never actually specify it. I assume all summer long, to be completely honest with you guys, but they actually never specify when it ends. And so it's a series of events that takes place, and obviously they give you the whole scavenger hunt situation where they give you, they give you the time, the date, but not in a way that you would think is all over, certain buildings, on the side of a water tank, that kind of stuff. And once they know, anyone who wants to participate, that has graduated, can participate. And essentially there's a big pot at the end of it if you win. So from what we understood from this particular year, the pot is $50,000. So if you complete the entire series, it's very like Hunger Games, ISK, essentially if you complete it, you will get that jackpot. And the idea is that with that money, you can leave the tiny little town and be out of there. And then the other thing is there can only be one winner. And what else? Oh yeah, the number one rule of the game is that you don't panic. So the series of these events are never meant to kill you or kill anybody involved. However, accidents do happen and accidents can happen. And also other players can sabotage. I can't speak. Other players can
sabotage.
Yes. The other players can do that and ruin your chances of obviously either winning the game or surviving life in general. So far from what we understood, 2 students from the previous year, they were high school sweethearts, actually died from playing this game. But of course, nobody is supposed to talk about it. So the cops can't seem to solve what has happened. It looks like they committed suicide overall, but we know the real reason. They do tell you. But yeah, so let's get into, so that's the synopsis of the whole entire thing. This is what we were told. This is what got us engaged. But the main reason why we are talking about Panic on Amazon Prime is because
Osmed Flores from Beast Morphers, who plays Ben, is one of the people competing in the game.
Yep.
So,
He has
yeah.
Drew Santiago. Drew Santiago. Unfortunately, in the 3 episodes we've seen, he doesn't really get much other than partying it up and almost died at one point. And yeah, poor guy. Like, I just feel like he deserves so much more. But yes, so far,
here's my thing.
In the 3 episodes, what is your views on it?
Girl, first of all, like, when I tell you,
let me ask you, before we get started, how should I phrase this? When you heard this is like, like a Panic Games kind of situation, did you expect it to be like way more action, way more like, thriller-esque, way more like heart-dropping kind of situation than what we've been getting?
Yes, and also I just didn't even know what to expect. So I watched the trailer, and even the trailer to me didn't really give, like, they were trying to expound too much on what it was. And so when I watched the show, first offhand, I'm sitting here thinking, oh crap, please don't let this be another bloody ass show, because I just don't have the time. I'm not even gonna lie to you, like my stomach dropped because I was like, oh God, here we go. But when I watched the first episode, I'm like, in my best Nene Leaks, what is this, honey? I was like, I don't know what to think.
I mean, okay, for the listeners listening, the show itself, I'm on episode 5, is very slow. It seems to like expand more on the characters, the main characters, their lives, what they want, what they really want out of life, what they want their future to look like, their love for each other, their hate for each other, all that stuff. And the games are like, it seems to be like the last of their concern, if you will. And that's I think the best way I can put it. But I can totally see where you're coming from, because I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know why, but I went into it very like, oh, this is good. Oh, I like this. Oh, very hot. Okay. I'll take it. That was me.
Here's my thing with it. To me, it wasn't so much of like, and don't get me wrong, I love character-driven stuff. Like as y'all already know, like anything that has character building and world building, I am here for it. Like I love it. I love it. And that might be the reason why I just love, like journalism and, doing this kind of stuff and doing this podcast, because we get to do exactly that. But, and, talk about character and world building and all that stuff. But I see exactly what you're saying with it being slow, and the games being like an afterthought. And that's my issue with the show. That's one of my main issues, is that the games feel like afterthoughts. They don't feel like, ooh, this is good. Oh boy. I don't think someone's gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if it was a situation where mugs started dropping like flies and somebody was killing them, like literally killing them as the things were going. If it were like that, and they're trying to figure out, well, who is the person doing the murdering?
Like, who's the judge? Because so there's these people, they call themselves the judges, but we don't know who they are. It's definitely one of them. They or a few of them, I should say, but none of them know who it is. And they're the ones that leaving messages around town to sort of like tell you where to meet, when to meet, what time to meet, all that stuff. But you're absolutely right, though. Like, it's very. I was expecting it to be very Hunger Games, very
right.
like on our feet, movie, like very thriller like, right? Very like drama thriller, like murderous, psychoist, like that kind of stuff, right?
And that's what I was thinking. Like, that's what I was thinking that it should be. Like that. Well, that's what I was looking for. I'll say that's what I was looking for. And that's not what we got. Will, what do you think? Like, what was your initial perceptions?
Okay. So I think at the very beginning they showed somebody literally panicking because they were buried alive. So I was thinking we were going to get more stuff like that. Yeah. Well, which and it's possible that in the upcoming episodes we'll be getting that. I'll agree with you on the idea of, first and foremost, as soon as I saw some of these kids, I'm like, oh, she gonna die, he gonna die. So I was expecting somebody to be killing them off, or maybe not somebody killing them off, but since this is a competition thing, maybe like Mortal Kombat-esque, where they just don't make it through the challenges. I thought that was going to happen, and I thought that's how you don't make it to the end. But then, of course, only two people have, well, at least in the last game, have died. So it's like,
Right.
for me, the disconnect with me is the fact that that two of your classmates died doing this. Why the hell are so many of you flocking to this competition?
Well, it's the money, right? It's the money.
I know it's money, but 50 grand is really worth your life, potentially.
I guess
these hoes are poor. What you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, they got no money.
They are poor.
Like okay, like, let's rewind a little bit. The main character, she loses her job, in episode 1, and she spends like literally all of episode 2, okay, not literally, but looking for a job, and it's hard because it's a small town. There's not a lot of opportunities, there's jobs already being filled by other people, and it's unfortunate. So like, they feel that the only way to get out of it is by winning this pot, right? And I think the other thing is just like, in their eyes, they have nothing else. They have nothing else worth living for. So if they don't have this money, what else?
Real quick, can we talk about how much of a piece of trash the main character's mother is?
Oh my
God! I wasn't expecting that at first.
I was instantly. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
It's the fact that even though her mom is a piece of trash, she keeps quoting her mom.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And she makes it sound like she's such an amazing person. Like, I remember when she went fishing with that hottie, that badass hottie, where she's like, oh, my mom hates fishing because it's all about baiting and entrapment. And I'm like, girl, I didn't think about that, but now that you pointed out, I can see it. Oh my God. And that's something like, I feel like that's something like not her mom would say, if you will, because this is not okay. First of all, I just want to say, when I say this, I'm not making fun of anybody. But her mom does not seem like she's well educated.
That's potentially the case. That's probably the case.
I mean, she's very backwoodish. Yeah. I agree. I feel like that's probably the situation.
You know, so I'm very surprised that she's make all these quotes that makes her mom sound so up there, inspiring. And
I think the reason for that is that her mother is seemingly the only person she has to look up to. So even though she's done her wrong, that's still the person that raised her, you know? Even though has been horrible to her. I know for me, when the graduation scene where her mom is giving her the snow globe as a present because she used to love the snow globes when she was little. And then she's like, really, mom, you got me this? And I was thinking, you ungrateful little. And then her mom asked her for money. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of saw that
and
coming. It was the way her mom did it. I kind of saw that coming. So I wasn't like, oh, she's ungrateful. I low key felt for her. But yeah.
Yeah, that was when I got behind the main character because initially I was like, oh, whatever. But that endeared me to her. And then
in that scene, I was like, I felt bad for her, but that quickly changed. For me, it changed so fast because when I noticed, first of all, when homegirl had all that money stashed away in that shoebox, I'm like, girl, you dumb as shit. You dumb as shit. Your mama gonna find that money and take it. You're a dummy.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was gonna talk about. Yeah.
You know what though? I will say this. Her mom was even more of a dummy because it took her 4 years to find that shoebox.
Well, I guess.
Well, maybe she always knew it was there and just didn't.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, I feel like her mom just always knew it was there and was just waiting for her to stack it so she can take it.
I mean, look, hey, let's be honest there. Do you really think her mom would have waited for her to stash it? I feel like her mom was like, any dollar she could get, she was taking it out of her daughter.
Yes, but also too, like you see how fast like she took that money and just like blew it on something. It was just like, for me, I just kind of felt like it could be that, but also it could be her just being like, you know what? I know she's stashing this money like that. I'ma wait. Because you know how she asked her, because when she remember when she asked her, she was like, can I get $20? And she was like, well, no, this is all I have. Yeah. She knew that I feel like she knew she had more money than that. She knew.
I knew she knew. She knew. I think I just feel like it. Okay, personally for me, it just doesn't seem realistic for like, unfortunately, an addict like her mom to wait that long.
Okay.
True. I can see that. Like, I can see that.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why it just didn't seem realistic to me, right? Like that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, given her history, it doesn't seem like she would wait 4 years to stash her like, $5,500. Like, that's a lot of money, first of all, and second of all, like, it just doesn't seem realistic. You know what I mean? I feel like exactly what you said. The moment she took it, she blew it all up. So it's like, what are the chances that she actually patiently waited 4 years for $5,500? I just don't think that's believable,
That part really got me. That was messed up. She worked so hard to save that money. I think along the way she should have gotten herself a little safe, a firebox.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? But you know what? To be honest, I don't think she thought that far ahead because you have to remember she's penny pinching too, right? So she was literally trying to like ensure that she used what she needed to use, and then whatever she was not going to use, it was just gonna like go back, So I don't know. I get it. I see where she's coming from because she was really like really paying back her bills, really, really trying to like ensure that she gets herself into that accounting program. She was just really doing her best,
No, and yes, yeah.
And who knows how expensive like a firebox was going to be? Like, I mean, $55,000, like $50,000 was a lot for them. So can you imagine like her having to invest in a box?
I mean, they're not that expensive.
They're not that expensive. Like, I mean, she could have even like, I mean, I just feel like at any point, like she could have found any kind of box with a key for like $30, $40. And you know what I'm saying? And put that money in a box. Like I just feel like if you stashing it in a shoebox, you know what I'm saying, without a key or something, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of deserve your money taken at that point, because it's like, sis, like that's dumb. Like no girl. Like no. And you're right. Like maybe it was a situation where, you know, she wasn't thinking that far. Maybe it was that kind of a situation. But, you know, I'm just kind of like, that wasn't very smart, especially for the simple fact that it was like, I do kind of feel like, you know, she probably wasn't thinking, you know, like she was just so bent on trying to save this money that it's like, oh man, like I you know, I'm just gonna put it in the shoebox and just like, you know, just try to save as much money as possible.
Oh, for sure.
You know, or whatever. So I mean, yeah, and also too, she's a teenager. Or you know, so not all teenagers think, you know, smartly.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so like with her obviously losing her shit ton of money, she was forced. She wasn't forced per se, but she felt the need to enter herself into panic. She was not originally going to do it, and so she ended up inserting herself in the game Panic, where she had to compete against her best friend. And her best friend. Let's talk about her perspective.
Listen.
Wait, did you guys notice that that was one of the girls from Scream 3 season 3 that RJ Kyler was in?
I never watched it.
Okay. When I saw her, I'm like, she looks like the girl from Scream 3. And then today I finally went on IMDb and it is her. Yeah.
Oh, Scream 3, if y'all don't know, actually has RJ Kyler from Power Rangers 2017 movie in it. Was it 3? Right? It was 3, right?
Season 3, yeah.
Yeah. So there you all go. Connections there, you know? Little break. But yeah, so obviously episode 2, her and her friend are like, we're competing against each other. What do we do? And they decide that they're gonna, you know, team up and essentially try to like win this game and split the pot, right? But of course, her friend has to develop a whole ass crush on this little white boy that came from like out of town.
No, first of all, hold on one minute before we even go that far. Can we talk about both her friends and how both her friends are trash? Like, I'm sorry, but both her but the guy that likes her, who's a little punk,
oh my god,
and her homegirl, both of them need their asses kicked, because the way they both clowned her, talking about some, you're not gonna win, basically calling her weak. Talking about some, you just a weak ass motherfucker. You ain't gonna win. Like, I mean, just like, I'm like, wow, y'all supposed to be her friends.
And not even just that, but the boy that's supposed to like her, like his excuse. I'm not sure how far. Oh no, you guys only got through season 3. So I'm gonna go ahead a little bit and spoil for you guys. I'm sure you won't mind. It's not saying a lot. It's not saying anything you won't know already. But she eventually like is ready to confess her feelings to him, and he lied to her about how his phone was quote unquote dead because she was trying to call him, right? And he's like, no, my phone is dead. Like, I'm sorry. She gets to the house. She drives all the way to his house to, you know, to confess her feelings. And his phone starts ringing. And she hears this and she's like, I thought your phone was dead. He's like, yeah, that's not my phone, no.
Wow.
What? Another girl. Wait. And she hands him his phone and she goes, your phone is ringing.
What the hell? So the geek is a fuck boy? Okay.
Wow.
Right? I was like,
and he was sitting here the whole time talking about some, well, you know, of course I'm the bass player, because basically in one of the scenes she's like, well, you're like, I want to do like this band or whatever, and she's like, and he's like, I want you to be the girl to, you know, throw your top on my stage, like, yeah, the groupie, and she's like, okay, well, is the bass player good? And he's like, well, yeah, it's me. So he's already kind of hinting at her like, yeah, I like you. So now homegirl is like, oh, I want to, tell you, I want to confess my feelings to you and give you this poo nanny. And now you sitting here talking to somebody else.
Right? I felt for her.
What kind of foolishness?
I'm not gonna lie. I felt for her. I was just like, you have some mess up friends. And to make matter worse, again, like I'm on episode 5, so yes, her friend decides to ditch her for the new white boy in town.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What was that? So she, her friend, her name is Natalie. So
his name's
Natalie. Heather, right? No, Heather.
Heather?
No, the friend name is the friend's name is Natalie.
Okay, can we not these names are so confusing? Why are they?
I know, right? There's so many names. I think for me, it's because I don't care about it.
I don't care for their names.
I don't care about them. Period.
I don't care for names. I was just sort of like, I'm just calling her. Okay, I'm just calling her main character. I'm gonna call her friend the whole friend, and then I'm gonna call the boy the fuck boy. Okay, like that's what we're gonna call.
Okay. So
I'm here for it.
The main character initially did not want anything to do with the panic challenge or whatever the hell it's called.
The game.
The game. We'll call it the game. Yeah. So she didn't want anything to do with it. When her best friend, her whole friend, when she joined it, she's telling her, no, don't do it. I can't watch you, blah, blah, blah. And then after Heather, she loses her money via her mother. She's like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to do this challenge. And then her best friend sees her doing the challenge. And instead of, she just gets in her feelings about it, like really gets in her feelings and is mad at her for joining it. Right? And it's like, damn, well, she did what she had to do. And like she said later on, because her friend got on her about it, they actually had a chance to talk about it. She said, like, I didn't really have time to tell you because what just happened. My mom just stole my money and it was a rash decision. So I had to make the decision.
Pause for a second. Oh my God. Let me tell you guys, the whole friend, her father's the sheriff. She is well off, okay? The fuckboy here, I don't know what his father does, but he seemed like he's a lawyer because he lives in a whole ass mansion.
Right.
So, first of all, these two mother effers are well off. Meanwhile, main girl here legit has no money. She legit lives in a trailer. Like, what the heck? Let's start with that.
A trailer that, mind you now, their trailer, they can't even make their rent.
Right.
And they behind on their rent in a trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
In a trailer.
So you be telling me that this whole friend of hers, like, I need the money. She's like, and exactly what Will said. She was all up in her feelings. She's all like, I can't believe you're joining this game. Why are you even here? You said you couldn't do this. I'm like, girl.
So, oh my God. And then what happens next is really fucked up because so she says, okay, you know what? Thanks for letting me know what's happening. We're gonna win this together and we're gonna split this money. And then later on, she joins up with the white dude and it says, I think she knows that this scene was irking. Like, you're talking to this dude and you're telling him to like tell you the truth about what he knows about the game because he's new in town, but she feels like he's maybe one of the judges.
Yeah.
But he says no, and then he gives her, his backstory. And then she said, you're a good liar, but I trust you. What? What the fuck is what?
No,
so now, oh my God.
And his ass. No, sorry. She looked at his ass and his abs, and she's like, boy, I just want to lick all of that. So I don't care what you say, as long as you put that D in my mouth. That's what she said.
Oh my God. Okay. So that Yeah, that irked me. I didn't like that. And then she let it be known, like he was like, wait, what about your best friend? And then
she's like, what about her?
Yeah, she's still in her feelings, even though she said that it was okay. Like, you dummy.
Right. And not even just that, but like, so they so there was another challenge and they were doing it together, all three of them, right? Again, I'm not sure how, if you guys gone that far, because I'm on episode 5, so I kind of lose track of what episode belongs to
You
what.
might be on 4.
episode 3.
You might be talking about 4.
Okay, perfect.
No, episode 3
Oh, wait,
is
wait.
they
when
did
they're
do
in the
challenge.
fields. In the fields.
Yeah, they're in the fields.
Yeah, in the fields.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I don't want to wreck.
Oh my God, how that episode ends. Oh.
So they're in the fields and they're trying to complete this episode this challenge together. So I think the ideal is that they're supposed to go into this guy's house and take something and take a photo, right? And that's fine. Homegirl here, the whole friend, really let it be known that she's signed with the new boy. She's just like, I just want your D in my mouth. Like, I don't care what it takes. Like, I that. She like,
Wow.
like, do you not see how many times she takes a lip and she keeps like eyeing him down? I mean, he's all right. I mean, he's cute, but he's not like all that. Come on.
Yeah, he looks like Harvey from Sabrina.
He does.
But like the great
he does.
version.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Wow. Not the great value.
Right?
Dang.
Oh,
shoot. Will said that boy, instead of him being Mountain Dew, he's Mountain Citrus.
Oh, I can't.
Wow.
I'm like, Dad, Will, is that how you really feel?
Oh,
like,
man.
Oh my God. I mean, like, so anywho, she goes and ditches her friend, leaves her for death, essentially, and she teams up with this dude. They both get their thing together and they run off. I swear to you, I think they almost left her. When they made it back to their car, I think they almost left her. It wasn't for the fact that she got there, like, basically when she got there. I think they would have driven off without her.
We're I think you're talking about episode 4, because I don't think I saw this. But oh my God, the end of season or of episode 3, whoever's house it is, somebody tripped an alarm, and this motherfucker gonna come out the house with a shotgun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember that part. I just remember him shooting and then her getting locked in a basement or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and well, the reason we're watching this, Cosme, he is walking through the fields and falls through
a hole.
Yeah. It was a trap, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but you know what though? New guy did help him out of the trap. He was stuck. Poor boy.
Yeah, fake Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah, fake Harvey helped him, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I felt so bad for him when he fell through one of the traps. Like, I mean, this lunatic set up crazy ass traps. But anyways,
yeah, there was a freaking like a bear trap that a rat got caught in.
Yeah,
bear trap. Yeah.
It was a huge ass rat, okay? Like, that thing was huge.
Yes, it was. Oh.
I was like, what is this, the size of a dog? Like, holy crap. That was scary, okay? I don't, like, oh, it was just scary. So, like, yeah, Cosmo falls through, and poor boy, he was stuck there. And then, of course, I'm not going to lie, when I saw that flashlight, I almost panicked, too. I was like, oh, no, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. He's too young.
Yeah, I was thinking that, too, yeah.
But then I remember he's in it for 9 episodes, so guys, Cosmo is in it for 9 whole episodes. He is there episode 1. No, he doesn't really make an appearance in episode 1, but he's kind of there. You don't really see him. He's there for like 2 seconds. So if you like blink, you would have missed him. But he's episode 2, episode 3, he's definitely very prominent. Like, he's there. One of the challenges in episode 2, he had to walk across the water tanks. What is that what they're called? Like the huge water tanks up in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So
Something like that. I know what you're
something like
talking
that.
about though.
Yeah, there was like the thing was called
The
Walk the
water
Plank.
tower.
Water tower.
Oh,
Yeah, it was called Walk the Plank.
Yes. So it was like a really, really thin plank between the two water towers. Thank you, Will. And he was one of the first participants to go up.
and he did it. He got through it.
He got through it. Oh my god!
Rather quickly.
Really quickly too. I was like, "Go boy!" I was totally rooting for him. And then when go on.
I was gonna mention, and then oh God, I forgot who it was. Was it the new guy, Fake Harvey? He did it, and then I wouldn't say he's the big bad, but this jackass dude. He who's supposed to be 18 but looks our age. He looked like he in his 30s.
Right?
He gonna have a damn laser light and shine it in his eyes as he's walking across the plank. He falls off the side. He does. He's able to hold on, but then he pulls himself up and then gets to the other side. How the hell are you allowed to sabotage somebody and not get disqualified? Is my question.
Well, see,
I don't get that.
I don't think they saw. Like nobody saw per se.
How the hell didn't they see this man walking right in front of where the dude is walking? And then like shining something, they didn't see the green light?
They didn't see the green light. And I will say this too. Ray is sort of a legend because his brother actually won it the year before. His brother got out of town and he won the jackpot the year before. So and he's also like the school's bully. So a lot of people don't really want to mess with him. So aside from the fact that his brother won the panic last year, and obviously now he's a participant this year, right? He's also the school bully. So a lot of people just don't really they don't really want to mess with him, if you will. They also think he's one of the judges, or they think that he's inside information or something like that. So that's like at least the vibe that I was getting. But yeah,
I mean, listen, here's my thing, right? And just to touch on Cosmed's character, because I mean, and also to listeners, they don't really dive too much, at least in the 3 episodes that I watched, and I'm pretty sure Will, you stopped at episode 3 too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, Lena, you might can attest different, but in the 3 episodes that I watched, they didn't really touch on Cosmed like that. They didn't touch on his character. So, he was just kind of like somebody who was just kind of there and competing.
Yep.
So we don't really know much about him. One thing I will say is that I am not, and of course, we're dealing with teenagers. So I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, they're going to be mean to each other. But what I'm not here for is the consistent body shaming that this show does, because they make it known that, okay, yeah, this dude is big.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're going to do things and have characters say things to make reference, to make it known that, yes, he is big. Yeah. Because the way he fell through that trap, the way that dude was trying to pick on him, talking about some don't break the thing as he was walking across. It's just all right, y'all, this dude has no backstory, and the only thing that we're alluding to him is just by his weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, honestly, all right, y'all.
He's not even that big of a character, for you to be shaming him like that.
Exactly. That's my point.
I feel like
that is my point.
That's all he's there for right now.
That's all he's there for. Exactly. Just to be one of the contestants that's bigger, right? and that they can make, big jokes out of. And I'm just like,
I was so not, I was not about that. And then you're absolutely right. And when he fell through that hole, they made it be known that he couldn't get out of it and that he needed help to get out of it. And then with the way that they had, okay, so I'm not sure if you guys remember the scene, but when Fake Harvey was helping him out, he actually had to grab him by his waist to give him that extra pull to make it seem like, oh, you're that big that I need to be lifting this way and that way. And that, Cosmo's character couldn't use his legs to lift himself up, which I was like, Cosmo could have actually easily helped himself out. I don't know. And the hole wasn't even that deep. He just needed an extra hand, which I understand because obviously when you're in like a hole where it's dirty and muddy, you're gonna need proper shoes to like dig yourself out of that, right? So he technically could have gotten himself out of it. He just needed someone to pull him on the other side. But the way that they had fake Harvey pull him out was like he was like a child. Like,
yeah,
I was not loving that. I just felt really bad for his character because I was like, dude, like that's not even necessary. Like he's perfectly capable of pulling himself out. Obviously, again, I get it because the hole is deep enough that he needs the extra hand to like pull him on the other side. But I feel like overall, if this boy has entered panic, he has just as much right to be there as all of you all do. He has so far completed what, 4 challenge, and he survived. So enough with his body shaming, enough with this making fun of him. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be just great.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just feel like, okay, if we're going to call this kind of attention to the character, at least give him some kind of character focus, or at least tell us more about this character rather than just, oh, he's big.
Right. Like, why did he join? Why does
right,
he
exactly. What's his motive? Why did he join? Something. Instead of, he's just a big guy and he's constantly falling through stuff and they're making big jokes out of him. And it's just like, okay, this is
not cool.
Interesting.
Not cool. But I want to ask you guys. So overall, in the 3 episodes that we've seen, would you guys continue watching the series or nah, over it?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna finish it only because of the fact that y'all know I can't just start something and not finish it. Hello, Ninja Steel.
Oh God.
Okay, you know what? This
so,
is Ninja Steel, okay? Like way better.
Listen, I even if it wasn't, I'm a glutton for punishment. Like if I start something, I'm gonna want to finish it because I want to know how it turns out. So I'm gonna finish it. What about you, Will?
Yeah, but I'm feeling the same way. We only have 5 more left, so, and I want to see what Cosman is gonna do.
Right.
I'm hoping they give him more to do, and then just for the main plot, I'm wondering how that's going to go as well. And I figure people are gonna die. I would assume.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want them to die. I mean, like, I don't want them to die, but like, I mean, give the show some stakes.
Yeah,
because like right now it's just kind of like, I guess they'll be all right, and it's like, no.
So, would you say out of the 3 episodes we watched, what would be your rating? What would be your rating for this so far?
5. My rating, if I was to rate the show out of 5, I would give it a 3. Just kind of middle of the road for me. Not bad, not good, just kind of there.
Right.
And for Cosmed's character, I think he's doing a fabulous job with not doing shit. They're not giving him anything to do.
Right.
But he's doing a great job at it. I mean, the boy is showing that he is actually an actor, like he can actually act. So I'm gonna give him a 4, to be honest.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna give him a 4 mainly because like he's doing the Nakia Burrise, like acting your ass off even though you're not getting nothing to do.
Yeah.
Acting your ass off.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him a 4.
Okay. What about you, Will?
I'll give the show a 3 so far. I'm not really I hope that they do more and it gets better, but like it was mainly annoying me. So like this is like a weak low 3. I didn't want to give it a 2. For Cosme, I'm gonna give him a 2 because he's not doing anything. And I want to see him do more. And I'm really hoping in the next 5 episodes he does, because if they keep it like this, that's not cool.
Okay, that's fair. For me, it's also a 3. It's kind of like you too. Like it's sort of like in between. It's been a really slow start, and obviously I'm on episode 5, right? So far it's still really slow go. I personally thought that way more was gonna happen, especially since I'm on episode 5. I thought way more was gonna be at stake, way more was gonna like go down. We just way more panic, literally the word panic, but there isn't. They're just like slow and dandy, living out their summer lives, like just la-di-da, doing each other or eyeing each other or hinting the fact that they want certain D's in their mouths. Like, just saying. Yeah, because in one of the episodes, I think it's episode 4 or 5.
Wow.
Like, the whole friend literally tells Dodge that she likes him. And he's like, you have to try so hard. And she's like, but I want you to know. And he's like, yeah, I know. Interesting. Anyways, for Cosmo's character, I'm personally gonna give him a 5 out of 5 because I love rooting for the underdog. And on top of all of that, exactly what Brennan says, for someone who had nothing to do, he's acting the crap out of his character. And he's doing a fine ass job. So keep doing you. Like, I'm here for it. I'm gonna have to watch the end. And I am gonna continue, mostly because I am quite interested. I'm kind of invested now. Like, I'm interested in the main character. I want to know what happens to her friends. I want to know if her whole friend gets the karma that she deserves. And I want to know. I can't even tell you about her other friend, guys. You're not even there yet. Oh.
Okay. Well, we'll get that. What, next episode, probably?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there.
Okay. So they reveal something about him that's gonna make you guys go, oh. So yeah, that I will leave you on.
If
that
he's not
note.
bisexual, I don't care.
I'm not gonna care. Trust me. It's not about it's not about his sexuality.
He probably got an OnlyFans.
Ooh.
I mean, all I'm saying is,
ooh.
Yeah, I mean that will make you go ooh. But yes, it is related to the show. I don't think they have enough internet out there for an OnlyFans, and on top of all of that, it's a small town.
Oh wow!
So I think
he's rich.
If he exactly, and he's rich, and on top of all that, if he has an OnlyFans, like, come on, let's be honest here. I'm sure people can spot him out in a mile. They're like, yeah, that's him. Yeah,
that's him.
That's
the nerd.
Yeah. So it's there's no OnlyFans for him. But anyways,
damn.
Right. But like I said, they're gonna reveal something that you're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be interesting because that's me. Tonight, the moment we're done recording, I'm gonna go find out what happens. And I think that's it for me. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna continue. I like the show I like it quite a bit for like an Amazon Prime. They're really releasing like some good shit. So for those of you who've been neglecting your account, I highly suggest you going in and just checking out some stuff. There's a lot of good, interesting Amazon originals. That's worth watching. Definitely worth watching. I hope we see the D in her mouth soon.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Girl, I don't think they're going to do that, but
hold up. The disclaimer on episode 4 said sexual content and nudity, so
ooh, somebody gonna be doing something. Well, I mean, child, listen, like, nah, you sparked my interest. Now you have my attention. But with that said, my name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.